little bit over here?
Yep.
I hear it pretty good though.
How's that for you, Paul? That's gonna hurt. Right, that's it.
Straps you crazy.
Well, hey, alright, that's good.
Thanks, folks.
We bring our family from Argentina in 1970 because we need a better life for our family. We just working there and we don't see a bright future. So we are with our cousin moving to the United States, and we decided to do the same. Personally, I just miss my family so much. And it was hard because we can't find right away work. We are afraid not having any money. We didn't speak English, still not speaking so good. So we say it's hard, but that was good. We try to live the way Americans live here. And one day we say, no, we need to keep our family, adjust to United States, but still what we are.
I was just getting used to my surroundings. I grew up, my first language is Spanish. My parents spoke Spanish at home, and so this was my first experience in school, and it was a kind of a scary place. But it was interesting having an older brother, because the school went from kindergarten all the way to high school, and having a brother, an older brother that would come pick you up, and there was a cool factor, but I was also very embarrassed because I was so young. He was always getting in trouble. but he was like any other brother. When I was a little bit older, when I was in high school, my brother was in a band called Monkey Paw. I was too young to go to the shows, so my parents allowed me to get a fake ID. And when I was 16, 15, I did not look like I was 15 or 16. I looked like I was 10. So they just looked at my ID and would allow me to go in, knowing I was his sister. We would go to the whiskey. It has so many fun memories, and I would just brag to my friends about being able to go to a club in Hollywood, and those were fun days. My brother was pretty wild on stage. Sometimes he didn't even have clothes on. And he was quite a character. It was a really fun time experiencing that as a teenager.
I grew up in Los Angeles, California. I was born downtown, 1970, and I grew up in Sherman Oaks till I was about 10 or 11, and then we moved to Northern California, and then when I was 17, I had to leave home and move back down to LA where all the action was and start a band. And I immediately fell in with a couple of guys, one of whom was Jacob Dylan. That was just a fluke. We started had a band called the Boot Heels. And then after that, I had a band called the 45s. This would be in the late 80s. And then I formed the Freewheelers, and we pretty quickly got a record deal. This was just on the eve of the new explosion of grunge and all that stuff that was getting signed in Seattle and every city. So I had a record deal by the time I was 19 or 20. And the Freewheelers cut our first record, and it was released for Geffen. It was released in 1991. And so I was in Los Angeles in the heyday of the record industry for that album and the next record, which was for Rick Rubin's label, American, which was released eventually in 1996. But we got so tired of waiting around for the album to be released, so we all moved to Portland.
Think about your mother, think about your, think about your, think about your mother, think about your, I've been thinking about your mother. You know I got the wrong right. You know I got the wrong
My name is Terry Courier, and I'm the owner of Music Millennium. Music Millennium is a Portland record store that's been around since 1969. In the 90s, we had a really great music scene here in Portland. La Luna, which used to be the Pine Street Theater, Satyricon, the Roseland, Crystal Ballroom, X-Ray Cafe. A lot of local artists played these clubs, but a lot of national bands came in too. We were really lucky with some of the promoters in clubs, like the Monkey Presents people. They always included local artists on any of their national bills, but it was really friendly to bands at that particular time to find clubs to get booked into.
In the Portland scene in the 90s was really healthy and vibrant, and I was just grateful to kind of be swirling around it. I had done an internship with Warner Brothers. I had managed a band called the Crazy Eights. I was asked to help out and then took over the KBOO local music show, which I changed the name to the Church Northwest Music. I just love music. The thing that was so cool at that time was that you could not pigeonhole what was going on in Portland. You could go to Seattle and say, it's the grunge scene, you know, whatever. But in Portland, you had Pink Martini on one side, and you had Everclear on the other side, and you had King Black Acid, and you had Kelly Joe Phelps, and you had the whole Laurel Thirst scene, and Golden Delicious, and Little Sue, and then you had these cats that were part of Fernando's band. And there was just so much stuff going on that basically I was just swirling around. I was like a satellite in orbit, just swirling around the scene.
Hola policía, son pajeros condenados. A mi compa Morro, man, casi lo mataron. Hombre latino, siempre perseguido. Debemos de estar contra el enemigo. Los federales estamos aquí. Son chanchos suyos. No te quieren para Son chanchos sucios. No me quieren para Un chancho sucio. No
The first time I worked with Fernando was in the late 90s after Jackpot had opened in 97. And this would have been, you know, what became Old Man Motel for Fernando. But we started up a session with the original drummer, whose name I believe is Clay. And something went wrong with that session. Luther Russell was producing, Dan Eccles was on guitar, and I'm certain it was Joe Chisano on bass. But something was going haywire with the session, and we just aborted it or did a partial day of recording. And then a little time went by, and then they came back in with Luther on drums. And that's the record, you know, the Jackpot sessions of that. And that was a treat because Luther had really studied the songs and arranged them with Fernando, and he knew exactly how he wanted stuff to go. So that was, for me, it was a treat. I'll tell you, working with Fernando, given that his songs were very, very good, his voice is very compelling. Those are two things you don't always get on a recording session. Most people get more in their heads, or they don't allow their body and head to work together in the way that Fernando could just drop of a hat sing a really great vocal. Like his throwaways are better than most people's takes that they keep, is the way I look at it.
Fernando and Luther Russell, you know, it's kind of like maybe the Mick Jagger, Keith Richards kind of thing, in the fact that as a unit, they add to each other's ability in making music, in writing music, and as personalities, they are like those brothers from different mothers that are the same. You go through life and you don't know who you're going to bump into next, and it was probably a magical thing that Luther and Fernando ended up meeting each other and becoming part of each other's lives you know, both personally and musically.
I was introduced to Fernando because I went to meet with Todd Crosby at his house on 39th, now known as Cesar Chavez. Coincidence? I don't know. But when I went to go meet Todd after talking to him on the phone, I think he expressed interest in my first solo record, Low Down World. He said, why don't you come over to the house and let's talk about it. So I went over there to talk to Todd, and there was Fernando.
Luther was trying to find someone to play show with at Artichoke Music that used to have in the old space that they were in, they had a performance space. And he contacted me, we got together, had some coffee or something. He played me Low Down World because he had actually contacted a record company about putting out that release as well.
We just immediately, we kind of clicked because he had come from the Los Angeles music scene, and I remembered his band, Monkey Paw. And he kind of remembered my band, the Freewheelers, and we remembered all the same clubs and a lot of the same people, a lot of the same 8 bookers.
And things like that. And he asked me to do the show. We became fast friends and we're basically inseparable for the next 4 or 5 years. Do you remember what the influences were for us on this? We were making Pacoima?
No, illuminate me.
You have no idea, huh?
No.
How strange.
No.
I remember.
What do you remember?
I brought to the table, I was a big fan of Richie Valens, and you knew that I lived in Pacoima, California. So we obviously knew that Richie needed to be involved, his spirit of Richie Valens in the record.
Yes.
And what did you teach me in your glorious knowledge that you had?
My glorious knowledge, I turned you on to the Sir Douglas Quintet and said you should listen to this because it ties into this glorious new Bob Dylan record, Time Out of Mind.
Absolutely.
Beautifully.
Which we listened to incessantly.
Yeah. You know why Richie Valens was so afraid of flying, right?
There was a plane crash in Pacoima.
That's right, at Pacoima Junior High.
Yeah.
And his friend died.
In the plane crash.
In the plane crash. Well, my dad's buddy lost an eye from the shrapnel in that crash.
I think I remember.
Now, I found that out after we made Pacoima.
Oh, yeah, but I know you told me
that's how it gets a little bit spooky.
Yeah.
But I also had a Pacoima Live at Junior High
and then we
album.
we also loved Paul Simon,
Cape Man,
the Broadway musical.
Yeah, musical didn't do well, but the concept was cool. It was about a infamous underground Puerto Rican gangster from the 40s
and it really
or 50s.
tied into the neighborhood concept of Pacoima for us.
Oh, okay.
Influenced the.
But it was great music.
That was it.
And Paul Simon in general, I think.
Yeah.
I got involved with the Pacoima project because I was in a band with Fernando. And he and Luther decided to make this record, and they wanted to borrow my tape deck, my Tascam 488. So I lent it to them so they could make the record. I was there for the first initial recordings of the record when it was Luther on drums and Fernando on guitar. Just, he had these songs and they just came together and they were like a house on fire. They were amazing.
You finally came over to my apartment on Belmont, that shitty apartment that's still there, and I was just, I said, hey, do you have any songs you want to demo or something? And I set up the 4-track, and you did Wise Men, and you did Para Ti, but you did them in English. Mm-hmm. And I, in my cunning way, asked you if you could sing them in Spanish. Oh, you at some point in time you told me you were fluent in Spanish. I said, oh, can you sing those in Spanish? It was almost a challenge. And you did them, and they were magnificent. They were great. They were wonderful.
And the Puppet Master wins again.
The Puppet Master wins again. And I played those recordings for April. She was as blown away as I was, and that's when I started to bring the idea to you about doing. What do you remember? I don't remember shit.
Well, I remember it similarly.
We were stuffing CDs at that plant.
We were working this job because
Where was that?
The record. Todd had introduced us, and he got us a job because he knew we were just
Todd Crosby,
owner of Crave Dog Records, and he got us together and got us a job putting together CDs, like putting the plastic on CDs. I remember that.
Yeah.
And while we were doing it, we would talk about
While we were doing it, we weren't doing it.
We weren't doing much of a job.
No.
We were slacking
We were
a lot.
high and we were bullshitting
Yeah.
and listening to like Nirvana.
Yeah, or whatever we were listening to.
Yeah.
But we would eat, like we went to this place, we would eat clam chowder. And one of the songs on the record we wrote talking over clam chowder,
Yeah.
conceptualized it.
Yeah.
That's Mi Amigo.
I
think.
seem to remember writing the album at the job. Am I crazy?
Or in a lot of it we wrote,
On the
we
spot.
improvised on the spot.
Oh yeah, like the title track.
The title track, Pacoima, the instrumental was all
Improvised
just off
in
the
the
top
basement.
of our head. Yeah.
But anyway, we took the record. We borrowed an 8-track cassette from Dan Eccles.
From Dan
who was
Eccles.
in his band.
Yeah.
And so it was. We went into the basement and started cutting. We used a big PA speaker to monitor, and it sounded pretty good.
And then we brought in, I remember we called Paul Brainard. To play some trumpet on the record.
I asked if we decided we wanted some trumpet and pedal steel or lap steel, and you said, I know this guy Paul Brainard, so that's how I met Paul.
Right.
He came down, he was stunning.
As
So
always.
pretty much it was Dan and Paul,
Yep,
you
in the
and
beginning.
me.
Yep.
Darcy was probably running around upstairs.
Yeah, and while we were banging cowbells.
But Luther, he's like, well, we just got to do this cowbell. And Fernando and I are holding up like a blanket, just laughing, looking at and he's on the other side of the blanket like we're blocking the sound. I mean, it was hilarious. We're just crying with laughter. It was the end of the night, and they'd gotten a lot done.
Well, yeah, the cowbells came in. Then we had the tracks, and then I took it back to my apartment, and my idea was to set up an AKG and run down the vocals. And it was and I just I don't know, it was late. And Fernando sung down the record, just screaming. We're just smashing cowbells. And my neighbors, I don't know how he didn't get kicked out of there. Mm-hmm. And then I kind of listened to the headphones, and I think the next day I called you up and said, I don't know, man. You might be done.
You're done singing it.
You're done singing it.
Yeah, because we
basically.
thought that we were going to cut a bunch of vocals.
We were mapping it out.
Mapping it out and seeing what we get. Then I'd come back, redo it. Like most
So
people
did you
do.
fix it at all?
Yeah, and then we did. I don't think we I think we hit
fixed
the one line on.
No, we fixed the Spanish. So a couple things in Spanish.
Yeah, that we thought.
Translation.
Yeah, translations. And
You
still,
check
we
with your
still we
dad.
still didn't catch everything, but yeah, because I was lazy.
So
told
he
me-
sung
told
the
me- he told
record
me to
in
check
one
it.
take.
So I did the whole record in one
In
take.
one night.
Fernando and I began dating right around the time he recorded the Pacoima record. So I was able to attend the CD release at the Satiricon. There was a mariachi band, I think Los Mex Pistols, sort of a spaghetti western, and then the band all decked out in suits. It was just an amazing night. It was spectacular, and it's something that we'll always remember. However, there was another time. Music Fest Northwest was something that was happening in Portland, and Fernando ended up headlining 2 nights, doing, the Rock and English show one night, and the next night he was going to be headlining a show. I think the place was called the Zoot Suite, and he was going to be doing the Pacoima record. But he was not feeling great, so he went home. He was living in the basement of a house on 39th Avenue that actually was soundproofed and didn't have any windows. So he went and crashed for a little bit. I went to see the Old Joe Clarks with Mike Kirkendall. So I went to see them and met them, and then went over to the Zoot Suite to catch Fernando's set. And the club was packed full of people, and the band was already on stage. And it occurred to me, oh my gosh, maybe nobody brought Fernando to the show. So I didn't even think. I raced out of the club, went to my car, and sped down Burnside to get over to 39th Avenue near Hawthorne. I flew. I don't even know how long it took me. So I went in, ran downstairs, opened the door, and in Fernando's mind, I kicked the door open. I was backlit, and I said, "Fernando, you're on!" And he jumps up in bed, and he's like, he was sound asleep. And so he splashed some water on his face, grabbed his guitar. We raced back in my little Toyota Corolla and flew. Luckily, I didn't get a speeding ticket. Back to the venue. The band had been on stretching out a song, wondering where Fernando was. This is before cell phones, so I didn't get to tell anybody what was happening. But so he wound his way through the crowd with his guitar, and he didn't know how to get on the stage, so he threw his guitar on the stage and hoisted himself up and climbed on. He didn't know there were stairs around the side. But everybody in the venue thought this was part of the act, and he got up and then just got right into it and had an amazing performance.
The originality of the fact that here's this record from Portland, Oregon, from the late 90s that is sung in Spanish, and it's from an artist who is packing clubs and is going out on the road and doing quite successfully, I think is really remarkable. In a lot of ways, it was genius for Fernando to do this, but it was also, completely honest and real. I mean, it's not some marketing shtick. It's not some ploy to gain listenership. It was just, that was Fernando.
I think it gave him the ability to look at his career and see that he could do anything he wanted with his music. Since that point in time, we've seen his music evolve from album to album, each one a little different than the other, and each one making a positive musical statement.
Stand by the closing, see the lines of age, wait for the garland and his long fisted range. Oh, stand by the water where the crown of thorn broken beard, double murder, why die alone? Oh, stand by the water where the crown of thorn broken beard, double murder, why die alone?
Or once I identified that the Fernando performance was going to be the first in a series that I wanted to put out reflecting the history of the radio show, and then talking to Fernando and then tying it into the 20th anniversary of Pacoima, a lot of work then went into the process of putting out the release, and I was very passionate in the fact that I wanted it to be on vinyl as well as CD. And so when I was contemplating who to work with in terms of the visual aspect of the product, Gary Houston was the first and only person that I talked to. But Gary did an amazing job. We agreed that we'd go the extra expense and do a gatefold sleeve and watching him build this thing, I mean, etching out one brick at a time. I mean, it was crazy. He was so meticulous, and I'm really proud that to be able to combine different aspects of art on a greatness level, having Gary Houston and Fernando bonded together on the same project, I think is really huge. And then on the audio side, having Jay with the original mix and then having Drew Canulet do the mastering, those are 4 really cool names to be able to all blend together on one project, which features 6 amazing artists on one really special night.
I think it was credit to that broadcast on KBOO. We ended up having a completely sold out show at Satyricon, where I think it was
really
the second
sold
most
out.
people that ever went to any show at Satyricon went to that show. And George from the Satyricon told me
Second to, like,
it was
Nirvana.
it was Dead Moon. a
Oh, Dead Moon,
show
yeah,
for
yeah.
some anniversary thing. That
Yeah,
they
it was
did.
just a massive
But
turnout.
I had no idea. I thought
No.
100 people were going to come to the show, and there's like somehow they fit like 600 people into. I mean,
Satyricon.
and normally Satyricon wasn't really well known
I was
for
shocked.
paying bands. We actually made like $2,500 or something
Oh
that
my
night. You know,
God.
this is in back then. I was like, what is going on with this? No, it was pretty amazing, that experience, and the crowd was fantastic. And then recently, that recording surfaced again, because we had forgotten about it. I was contacted by Mark Baker, to do the record. He goes, "Do you want to release it? And we'll donate all the money to the Oregon Music Hall of Fame." Fund for kids education, and
there's a track we did on there that we made up for the live shows called Ramones Blues, and that
wasn't on the original record.
It wasn't on the original record,
Right,
and
right.
So it's cool. It means a lot to both.
Yeah,
of
that
us.
was a fun performance on the KBOO show.
The Star Theater was the site for the 20th anniversary get-together reunion performance for the Pacoima project. And it was the perfect venue for that shindig. And Fernando was going through some health things with his throat, and he just nailed it that night.
The crowd that was at the Star Theater for the 20th anniversary was a packed house, and it was almost like being at the best reunion you could ever ask for, because you knew everybody that was there. There are people that you ran into 20, 30 years ago at a club. There was people that became Fernando fans 10 years ago. But it was like family. Every time you turned around, you were running into somebody else you knew and talking about what a special night this was and what a special record Pacoima was.
When we find our drummer, we'll start the show. Hey folks, thank you so much for coming down. 20 years since Luther and I went into a basement and recorded Pacoima on an 8-track cassette tape and tried to make you feel like we did back in the days, in the 70s and the 80s. Where's my drummer? Oh, there he is. He's just back there doing some heroin. That's all right. Ho, ho.
Peligro adelante, vamos a entrar a Pacoima. Hey mamacita,
Yeah, Oye Mamacita was immediately worked. I mean, when we cut it, it just rocked so hard. That was the first thing I think we had coming back through that speaker. And I was like, holy shit. And Dan and you and me went, this is killer. And so we just kept doing shit. We were like, let's do another one like that.
Yeah.
So that's probably how we did Chancho.
Do like a little bit of the same kind of.
Yeah, let's keep doing
Tex-Mex.
it. Well, I think we also really wanted this feel that had, like a hard driving feel with like really staccato eighth notes on the Farfisa. That was like the sound that we were going for. Da 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 da, that kind of shit. Like
This is turning into a Spinal Tap, a Spinal Tap interview.
A bit of raga.
A little raga.
A bit of raga.
Little eighth notes. We've lost half the audience now.
That's my intention.
You're going to actually cost
That's
me
my
fans
intention.
with your
This is actually going to cost.
This is a dissertation on
the audience will dwindle.
One song in the record, I feel he wrote that for me or for us. He was, everybody knows he was involved in drugs at the time. And I found out, and it was hard for me to swallow that. And I remember one time we were looking for him because he disappeared for 2 days. And so that time I was sitting with him the whole night in a room talking, and I tell him what I feel, that he's killing me, with this drug addiction. So he kind of talked about that. And the song they call Para Ti, for you in English. And he talked because he says something about that he's gonna try not to do anymore and this and that. And the songs, in a way, talking about that. What did he do to us more than himself? Few songs is about us or our life, but particularly that one, the meaning is close to our heart.
Un abrigo en el frío, querida, nada queda hoy, pero una canción de un muerto, todo para ti. Ay, ay, ay. canciones para ti. Thank you, folks. Thank you. That's Pacoima. Thank you very much.
Oh,
come here.
here.
Come here, buddy.
All right, now get out of my house.
Get ready to learn about Pacoima.
And enjoy the film.
Enjoy the
and
film.
the movie will tell you. The movie will tell you everything you need to know about it.
Absolutely, at 100% will. I mean, how much time till the movie starts?
20 minutes.
Oh, great! Awesome.
So, sir,
I've seen the movie 10 times.
at least.
All right, folks, we're going to start off with a little Pacoima stuff, so thank you so much for being here. Obviously, we don't have a drum, so we'll do the best we can, all right?
Oye, mamacita, yo no soy ningún cabrón. Oye, mamacita, yo no soy ningún cabrón. Y en Pacoima me llaman el gran chingón. Ain't nothing wrong with this throat. Hey, Pachuco, what? Cuidado a dónde vas a caminar. Vaya Pachuco, cuidado a dónde vas a caminar. Y bien los 18 y pienso que te quieren matar. Este barrio mío, no te vengas a meter. Si vas a terminar muerto, try to suck in the head. Oye, Pachuco, que te vienes a meter. Y en Pacoima, oh, you're bound to end dead. Oye, mamacita, oye, mamacita, oye, mamacita, oye, mamacita, oye, mamacita, oye, mamacita, oye, mamacita. My head. What's up, cabrones? Hey. Yeah, what are they? Oye, mamacita, 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 oye, mamacita.
Right on, folks. Thank you. How you doing there, Flaco?
I'm doing all right. How about you
You guys doing all right out there? A shout out to Lauren Lead, please. Again, thank you for taking all that time. Like your groove.
I like your groove.
I'm about to sing a song.
Well, let's sing it. Don't pussyfoot around.
Esto para mis amigos que están cerca de mí. Y esto es para mi barrio, en mi corazón viví. Tiempo bueno y tiempo malo, en él siempre puedo confiar. Mano hasta la muerte, tú y yo nunca nos pueden separar. Yeah, 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 yeah. Y esto para mi amigo que siempre está al lado mío. Y esto es para mi barrio que siempre está en mi corazón. Oh, bring it down. Tiempo bueno y tiempo malo, en él siempre puedo confiar. Mano hasta la muerte, tú y yo nunca nos pueden separar. Baby, baby, baby. Yeah, yeah, esto para mi familia que siempre creyeron en mí. Y esto para marihuana, como fumamos hoy you ain't free. All right.
Paul Brainard, ladies and gentlemen. Take it. Everybody now.
Thank you, folks. Thank you. Yeah, that falsetto, I gotta get the cobwebs out of it. This is a song called Como Sueño, ladies and gentlemen. It's about all the people in Argentina that suffered under the military junta. It's one of two songs on the record that talks about los desaparecidos, and this is
coming at it from the point of view of how a religion was involved in that and promising people gold in heaven and not on earth. So don't be fooled again.
El hombre pobre tiene que soñar. ¿Qué pasó con nuestra vida? En mi tumba voy a llorar. Al pobre prométeme el cielo. Cuando muere puede defraudar. ¿Qué pasó con nuestra vida? Tumba voy a llorar. Nunca más creo en Cristo. En esta vida demasiado dolor. Pero sueño, como sueño, como sueño, que todos seamos igual. Religión nos ha condenado. Tiempo, hermano, te va a quemar. Por favor, abran los ojos. Juntos no podemos levantar. Nunca más los comandantes ladrones, asesinos lo van a pagar. Pero sueño, como sueño, como sueño, que todos seamos igual. Que todos seamos igual. Todos seamos igual.
folks. Thank you. Thank you. Here's the other song about that. Those lovely people, the military junta in the 70s. It's called Wise Men.
Hay tres hombres en la montaña, son guardia y cuartel. Desesperado y vida terminado, no me queda más que esta cárcel, llanto me asustan, no me dejan dormir. Pasaron los años, me volví viejo, en esta cárcel voy a morir. Yo no sé, pero el castigo de un amigo me da tanto placer. Yo no sé, pero el castigo de un amigo me da tanto placer. Muchas gracias.
Dan Eccles.
Dan Eccles, ladies and gentlemen, on the lead guitar. Mr. Paul Brainard on everything. My compadre Luther Russell on la guitarra acústica. gonna take you down to a little doo-wop. Let's see how this goes. Oh, thank you. Give it a nice. Let Dan play in the song. Come on. All right.
I just want to, Paul Brainard and Dan Eccles, definitely two of the best musicians I've ever played with, and I played with a few. Holy shit. And Paul and I are matching tonight. We're representing Mary's.
I'm surrounded by Marys. Ay, mi amor, no sé cuánto tiempo yo duraré, pero amor, conmigo vas a estar, conmigo vas a estar. Ay, amor, tiempo pasará, pero en mi corazón tus manos están. Ay, amor, conmigo vas a estar. Siempre vas a estar, mi vida está pendiente en ti. Si un día me dejas, el día voy a morir. Oh no, sin ti nada más a mí darse. No me puedes dejar, amor. Mundo te doy, todas las estrellas, amantes para vos. Ay, amor, conmigo vas a estar. Siempre vas a estar, mi amor. Siempre vas a estar. Conmigo vas a estar, mi amor. Conmigo, oh, 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 vas a estar.
Paul Brainard over there.
Paul Brainard on the sexy La Pastilla.
Fernando Viciconte, by the way. On some vocals.
Now we're going to play musical rotation, to show that everybody knows how to play more instruments than I do. Yeah, if you take anything from the movie, if a knucklehead like me can play music, anybody can. So take inspiration in that. Now he's just showing off. All right, ready? Oh, okay. Amigo, me llama el borracho, el kurda de Buenos Aires yo soy. Solamente siento pena y angustia por el dolor que causé a mi amor. Querida, perdóname toda la mentira, pero el vino siempre fue mi única pasión. En el fuego del infierno el diablo sí se ríe, porque sabe que ahí voy a terminar. Amigo, otra vez me cagaron a palo. Me encontraron caminando en la oscuridad. Como siempre, estaba buscando el último trago. Los imbéciles no me pudieron matar. Querida, perdóname toda la mentira, pero el vino siempre fue mi única pasión. En el fuego del infierno el diablo sí se ríe, porque sabe que ahí voy a terminar. Toda la mentira. Paul Brainard. El vino siempre fue mi única pasión. En el fuego del infierno el diablo sí se ríe, porque sabe que ahí voy a terminar. Something like that. Ladies and gentlemen. All right. This is where my mom spilled all the beans about my past drug addiction on film, making me cry back there and shit. Yeah, I was a fuck up for a few years, and thank God for Portland and all my friends that helped me, and you guys know who you are. I wouldn't be here without you, so I love you all. Thank you. This song's called Para Ti, ladies and gentlemen. It's from my mom and dad.
Wrong song. Oh, wrong song, sorry. Just cut it.
Ay, mamá, ayúdame toda la vida, suerte y fe para ti. Esta canción es para ti. Ay, mamá, contento soy cuando veo tus ojos para ti. La canción es para ti. Nunca más te doy un abrigo en el río, querida. Nada queda de un muerto, todo para ti. Ay, papá, ¿qué hice yo en esta vida causando dolor para ti? La canción es para ti. Ay, papá, me voy a ir a la gran ciudad de París para ti. La canción es para ti. Nunca más te doy un abrigo en el río, querida. Nada queda hoy, pero una canción de un muerto, todo para ti. Ay, 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 canciones para ti. Ay, 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 canciones para ti. Ay, 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 folks, if you want to sing around, come on, here we go. Ay, 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 las canciones para ti. All right, folks, thank you, thank you. Here's a song. We're gonna end the set with a couple songs from Justicia, which is a record that Luther and I recorded in 2001. Side one of that record was all acoustic Spanish stuff, and then it goes into this kind of Black Sabbath heavy metal. Second side, we really want to make the most fans as possible, so we make it easy for them to.
With help from Sean Oldham and Paul.
Sean Oldham and Paul.
And Fred Trujillo.
And Freddie Trujillo were on that
Wherever he
record. It's
may
called
be.
Justicia. You can pick it up online or whatever, it's for free somewhere. But this is a song that Luther and I co-wrote. It's called Celos. It's about having jealousy, and it's a parable about getting too much attention from people because they'll try to bring you down.
It's about Hollywood.
Y el sol se quemó y oscuro se volvió. Me traté de reír como nada pasó y la luna lo mató. Por celo pienso yo, es peligroso agarrar tanta atención. Ten cuidado, linda flor, no demuestres tu color. Nadie le gusta fanfarrón,
No te olvides que te dije yo, en tiempo van a hablar y a vos te van a enojar. Ten cuidado de recibir tanta atención. Cuidado, madre, me estoy cayendo. Cuidado, madre, me estoy muriendo. Cuidado, madre, me estoy cayendo. Y ahora se ríen otra vez. Ay, otra vez. A quedar escondido por la oscuridad. Nadie te viene a visitar. Sos el sol antes de quemar y la muerte se terminó y la angustia vive en vos. Ten cuidado recibir tanta atención.
Thank you. Thank you, folks. Right on, right on. Thank you, thank you. Here's another song from that record. It's kind of from the point of view of a fallen Satan on earth, stuck here for a long time and blaming all his troubles on God. Just like someone else these days is doing that. Something similar to that. Blaming everybody else for their problems, right? That goes out to the people that are going to beat that person. ¿Qué me vas a dar? Días de incendio, no puedo hablar. Todos los castigos me quedan aquí, me dejan frío, no puedo vivir. perdóname todos los pecados que voy a cometer. Ay, todos los días me dejas acá, el fuego eterno, como me va a quemar, me va a quemar, me va a quemar. Mis manos están frías, no puedo sentir. Ay, Dios en el cielo, ¿qué me pasa a mí? ¿Qué me vas a dar? El fuego eterno que me va a quemar. Dios en el cielo, ¿qué me pasa a mí? Deja frío, Dios no vive aquí, vive aquí, no vive aquí. Folks, that's a set, but I'm too lazy to go backstage and do the whole fucking thing. But so we're gonna do a few more songs while we're sitting down. Saves my knees. Slow down. We're gonna do a couple cover songs for you here, so hope you enjoy it. I had a girl, and Donna was her name. Since she left me, I've never been the same. 'Cause I love my girl, Donna. Oh, where can you be? Where can you be? Now that you're gone, I'm left all alone, all by myself, to wander and roam. 'Cause I love my girl, Donna. Can you be? Where can you be? Well, darling, now that was her name. Since she left me, I've never been the same. 'Cause I love my girl. Donna, where can you be? Where can you be? Richie Valens, for those who don't know. If he brings you happiness, then I wish you all the best. It's your happiness that matters most of all. But if he ever breaks your heart, the teardrops ever start, I'll be there before the next teardrop falls. Si te quiere de verdad y te da felicidad, te deseo lo más bueno para los dos. Pero si te hace llorar, a mí me puedes hablar y estaré contigo cuando triste estás. To dry away every teardrop that you cry. If he ever leaves you blue, just remember I love you, and I'll be there before the next teardrop falls. I'll be there before the next teardrop falls. Well, I'll be there before the next teardrop falls. Something like that. All right, folks, thank you so much for coming out here. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Viciconte. Picante, Viciconte.